let's say we want to take x squared minus 1 over x, and I want to divide it by, let's say, x plus 1 over x squared. And let's just say here that we're told that x is not equal to 0. And let's say we're also told that x is not equal to negative 1. Okay, so simplify. Well, divide and simplify. Okay, so just like with any expressions, if I have two ratios, what we can do is we can flip the denominator and then multiply. So let's do that here. But before I go any further, I'd like to factor just a little bit because I recognize that difference of squares. Okay, so now what can I do? Well, I want to simplify, and I know that x is not negative 1, so I can do that without dividing by 0. And similarly, this x squared, that's just x times x. So I have two x's here and one x here. I can divide the top and the bottom by x as well. So if I do that, that just leaves me with a 1 in the bottom. And that's my answer, already factored. Now, I know some of you are confused by that last step. Many of you are not, but I'm sure somebody is confused. Let's think about what happens here. When I cancel out an x in the top and the bottom, what am I actually doing? So first of all, I can do it because I know that x is not 0. I'm not dividing by 0. So if I divide the top and the bottom by x, I don't have to worry about that issue. The problem that some students have is they don't know what they're left with when the bottom sort of completely goes away. So there's a few ways to think about this. One way is that anything is itself times 1. So you could always write the bottom as 1 times x, and then when you divide the top and the bottom by x, it makes it more obvious that when you divide, what you're going to have left in the bottom is just 1. And that's going to happen whenever you cancel. You're never going to end up with a 0 through canceling unless you cancel additively. If you divide, let's say, I don't know, 14 by 7, and I cancel this out, what do I get when I divide by 7? You get 2 over 1, which is 2. You don't get 2 over 0. So whenever you cancel and either the top or the bottom disappears, what you're always going to be left with is actually 1. Probably something that most people don't have a problem with, but I've seen some students get scared with that. So I wanted to make a note. In any case, to go back to our original problem, we simplified, we divided, we got things into the simplest possible form. If someone asks me where this is 0, I can immediately shout off the answer, 0 and 1. So we are done with this problem.